Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G and the Doctors. Of course, you all know Dr. G usually shares one of my favorite teas, but for the month of May, I am doing a detox. So I am just simply drinking some nice, refreshing water. When we return, we have a special episode, and we will be honoring our mothers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk and Tea Time with Dr. G and the Doctors. This is a special episode because the month of May, there's a very special day that is set aside to celebrate moms. So, before we get into the episode, of course, I always have to acknowledge my fabulous co-host. So, good evening, Dr. Smith. How are you?
I am wonderful.
How are you today? I'm doing well. Good evening, Dr. Singleton. How are you?
Good evening.
Hey.
Good.
So again, we are celebrating our moms. The month of May, you know, we celebrate Mother's Day. So it's only befitting that we bring our moms on the episode so they can brag on how wonderful it was raising us. So, Dr. Smith, we're going to start with you and allow you to introduce Mom.
So I am Dr. Tacarol Smith, and this is my wonderful mom, Carolyn Johnson Smith. Or you go Carolyn Johnson or Carolyn Smith? Which one? Smith. Oh, this is Carolyn Smith.
All right. And of course, I am Dr. G, and this is my beautiful mother, Mrs. Gussie Glasper. Welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you.
Dr. Singleton.
What's up, y'all?
Hey.
I'm Dr. Singleton, and of course, this is my beautiful mother, Patricia Singleton.
Hello.
Say hello, Mom.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Awesome. So I would like to start with Dr. Singleton's mom. Can you just give us a little history on what was it like raising Levon?
Well, Levon was not a bad child. He was pretty much did whatever I asked him to do. One thing I did love about him, when he got out of school, he'd come home, like I was telling you guys, and took his pillow, his fan, and his books, and went to the bathroom and stayed 3 or 4 hours. When he come out, he had did about half a book of homework.
Oh, all right, Levon, you were a good boy.
TMI. Too much information.
And Levon wore glasses when he was, what grade were you? Kindergarten? Kindergarten, and his teacher was Miss Fields, and she sent a letter home, a note home saying, Miss Singleton, I think Levon needs glasses. I sent it back and said, Mrs. Fields, look in his book bag.
So Levon didn't want to wear the glasses?
No, he didn't want to wear the glasses.
Oh, okay. Now, Levon is a twin.
Yes.
So how was that, you know, raising, because she's a girl.
Yes.
So how was that raising the twins?
Well, it wasn't hard as I thought it was going to be. My mom, when I first had them, they were her first grandchildren, and I went and stayed with her because I didn't know anything about having babies. And then I went home, and my sister came, and she stayed, and she helped me. And like I said, they were awesome kids. They were real awesome.
Okay, all right.
No problems.
Okay.
I'm sure my mother's answer won't be like,
Let's hear it. We want to know.
Tacarol was on one accord. Her name is from her father, whose name was Tim, and my name Carolyn, and her father named her Tacarol. the T.I. from his name and the Carol from my name
Okay.
and named her.
Okay.
So she was a pistol just like her name.
Okay.
But it was a joy.
Okay. So, Mom, what would you say is one of the most memorable moments with Carol?
When we used to go shopping on Saturday, and she was very talkative.
I told all her business.
She talked,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Everything that she could think of. she told.
So you talk
She
too
still
much.
does that.
Yes, she does. She still has that gift to
And
gab.
I remember she told me one time we went to a store and we came out, she said, listen here, what goes on in the house stays in the house. You don't have to go tell everybody your business. And I was like, oh, okay, I thought they supposed to know. Yeah, I thought they supposed to know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes,
All
she had
right.
a gift for gab.
Okay.
That has followed her.
So,
But in a good way. But in a good
So-
way.
so Dr. G,
Yes.
Miss G,
Yes.
you now tell us about Dr. Tish Glasper.
Okay. She's always been a good girl, really. Tish has been a good girl. She's been a very pleasant daughter to raise. We've been friends, okay? And I always would tell her as she got a little older, I said, I'm your friend, but don't treat me like your girlfriend. There's a difference in girlfriends and friends. But Tish has always, she was a good girl growing up. She's a daddy's girl, definitely.
Yes,
She's
most
definitely a daddy's girl.
Yes.
But she always would say, but Mom, you teach me how to be a lady, but he's my daddy. I said, I understand, and I've accepted that over the years.
Yes, that's true.
I had to accept that because I knew that. But she has always been a very good girl, very smart girl. She's been kind of stubborn sometimes. May I share this one incident?
Yes. I already.
We were having dinner, and she had something on her plate. What was it, Tisha?
Spinach.
That she refused to eat. Her dad said, oh, you're gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat that. I bet you we sat there for 3 or 4 hours. I was pleading with her, Tish, just take a little bite, just a little bit. Please, Tish, please. I'm not gonna eat that. He said, oh yes, you're gonna eat it. You're gonna eat it. It went on and on. I felt so sorry for my daughter because she would not eat it, and he would not give in either. So what finally happened with that, Tish?
I finally took a bite of it.
A very small bite. So she's, when she had her little mind made up, she wasn't gonna do it. That was it.
Yes.
That wasn't gonna do it. Stubborn Tish. But all in all, she's been a good girl. I've enjoyed raising her to be the woman that she is now. So she was a good girl.
Good. All right, so let's kick it off with this question for the moms. We know that in the African American community, there's an old adage that you spare the rod, you spoil the child. So let's talk about discipline, and I want each mom to share, their philosophy on discipline. Ms. Smith, was Carol one who got a lot of whippings, or what was your form of discipline with Carol? What straightened her out?
I think taking her off the telephone, her form of communication. Like I said, she has a gift to gab, so if you cut that off, then it would be okay. But no, I didn't do a lot. I didn't have to do a lot of whoopings or spankings, just a couple.
And those couple lasted.
She needs a good whipping now.
No. We talk now.
Awesome. Ms. Glasper, tell us about your discipline philosophy. Did Tish require a lot of whippings?
No, Tish never did. She didn't require a lot of whoopings. Matter of fact, I don't really think Tish got any whoopings. Of course, one, and who gave that to you?
My daddy.
Okay. See, Tish would have preferred that her dad whooped her before talking because he believed in talking.
Okay.
Talking to her. And she sometimes would say, I just wish he just gonna whoop me and get it over with. Because his talking hurt her more than I think a whooping would have. But she never required really a whole lot of discipline. There was a time when she did something when she and her brother left home after we left them at home. But they got talked to then. They still didn't get whoopings. We left them at home and they decided they were gonna go visit an auntie on the other end of town. And that kind of got him in trouble, but she never really required a whole lot. She didn't do a whole lot of things. Like I say, when she did, she got talked to. It was never really a whooping per se.
Okay.
She got talked to.
So I'll ask my own mom. You know, I don't have any big bruises or scars on me. So, Mom, how was I as a kid? Did you whip me a lot or what?
No, I whooped you one time, but one thing about you, whatever was on your mind, and you didn't care who it was, you spoke it.
That's still true today.
Yes, it is. It's still true.
Yes, all the time.
Yes.
Awesome. So, Takara, what question do you have for the moms?
I want to know, being a mother, I have made mistakes. Parenting does not come with a rule book.
No, it doesn't.
No.
You know, you kind of raise children either how you were raised, or you take things from your parents that you like and things that you didn't like, you don't do with your parents. So if you could change one thing about your parenting style with me or with your kids, like for example, I'm a yeller to my children. I don't know why, I just yell at them. I think that's supposed to help, but it doesn't. It just, I think they have gotten so used to me yelling that they don't listen to me anymore. So yelling doesn't work. If you had one thing, Mom, that you could either redo or, you know, with your grandchildren, what would you do? What would you do different, or what would you do more of if you had to say?
For my grandkids?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, or you could, you know, because
For my
some mothers don't have grandkids on the panel. So for you, what would you do differently with
My
Taylor
children.
and Thomas?
That
What would you differ with your grandbabies than you did with me?
I would talk a lot more. I do believe. And stop spoiling them so much. I mean, I have 3 grandkids and they're my first 2. So I have a tendency to give in more to them than I did to you.
Okay.
You know, but your grandparents took that place.
Yeah.
You know, they spoiled you rotten. So that's why. But yeah, I wouldn't. I probably would, but I talk a lot more to them.
Ms. Glasper, if you had to redo something, a parenting style, or just do something different with Tish, what would you do?
Well, to Carol, let me see, what could I have done differently, or what would I do different with Tish? Like I say, she wasn't a problem to us, so I think maybe, just maybe, Tish was spoiled. I wouldn't spoil her. I wouldn't let her have her way as much as she did, because she's a spoiled child. She was spoiled. She knew that she had a tendency, if Mommy don't do it, I'll go ask Dad. And I say she would play that card on us, because I guess she figured her dad would give her whatever she wanted as well. But I wouldn't spoil her as much and wouldn't allow her dad to spoil her as much.
Right. So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to hear from LaVon's mom. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Mason.
Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Welcome back to Talking Tea Time with Dr. G and the Doctors. And if you're just tuning in, this is our Mother's Day edition, and we are celebrating our moms. So before the break, the question was posed, what would our moms do different? And so, LaVon, it's on you now.
All right, Mom. Tell us what you would have done different. Tell them how perfect I was.
Well, I pretty much agree with you, both of you ladies, but I have 9 grandchildren, and all of them are spoiled. So when I say spoiled, I have one that when he comes over, he think he's never supposed to go home. And my oldest one, he texts me, telling me what he wants. And of course, Granny goes and gets it. You know, maybe if I could I just love them. I love my grandkids, and I'm able to do more for them now as I was when LaVon and them were children.
Okay.
Fine.
All righty. So, Dr. Smith, what is the one thing about your mom that you appreciate her being your mom? What is that?
One thing, my mom has taught me what true unconditional love is. She has taught me that no matter what you have or what you don't have, she has opened her doors to people that I often wonder, why are they here? Because of the unconditional love that she has for people. So she has taught me how to love and how to show love. And the second thing that she taught me is confidence. Whatever I have told my mom, I have 2 younger siblings, and whatever I have shared with her, she has held it close to the vest. And she has taught me how to be a trustworthy and a loving person. So I appreciate you for that.
Well, thank
Yeah, it eventually soaked in.
Awesome. Okay, Dr. Singleton.
Well, you know, my mom is an incredible woman. As you all mentioned earlier, alluded to, my mother had 2 sets of twins. So I have a twin sister, and my little brother and sister are twins. But you couldn't tell it in our house because she loved us all the same. We got whatever we wanted, you know. And we didn't have a whole lot of money, you know, but we had a whole lot of love. And, you know, and still to this day, you know, Mom texts us every day, good morning, I love you, you know. What's for dinner on Sunday? You know, what do you all want? And she is known on Sunday, if everybody says they want something different, she will cook 4 different meals, okay? But that is the kind of mother that she is. And Mom, I want you to know that I love you and I appreciate you because you have just held it down. And all of your children went to college. I have a doctorate degree. My twin sister has a specialist. She's working on her doctorate. My little sister, the little twins, she has her master's degree. My little brother, he's working, and we're all just one big happy family. So Mom, I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate all of the sacrifices that you made to make our lives easier. So thank you.
So I would say there's so much that I've learned from my mother, but I mean, she taught me how to be a lady. She taught me how to cook. Not that I do it all the time, but she did teach me that. And she just taught me how to be a lady, how to carry myself. Don't embarrass me in these streets. You always remain a lady. And so my mother she has very tough skin, and that's a trait that I took from her. She has really tough skin. She can take a licking and keep on ticking. And so I really appreciate that mother, because I can call her and say, I want some greens, and she's going to cook them. I can call and say, I want a cheesecake. She's going to make it. So I could just call on just like this, and she'll call me and say, okay, your greens are ready. So she has just always been an example of a class act. And I always wanted to be a classy lady. So thank you for instilling that in me, how to be a lady, and that I should always remain a lady. So I thank you for that, and I love you for that.
Love you too.
Love you. I do.
Love you more.
So, to Carol, Mom was good to you.
Yes.
Mom was kind to you.
Yes.
What else would you say?
About my mom?
Yes.
So it was 3 of us. And I hope she will admit it that Candace is her favorite. That's the baby. And I'm okay with it.
That's not true.
That is true. What's really interesting about our relationship is that I've always loved my mom, but I didn't always understand her decisions being a single mother. And when she would tell me no, and sometimes I just didn't understand it. Sometimes I went against the grain, if I must be honest. And I realize now, being a parent, it was all in my best interest. The sacrifices were all in my best interest. The unconditional love, the being strict, the taking the phone away, the discipline was always for my best interest. So I want you to be proud of the woman that I have become. And I want to say thank you for all that you had to endure to get me to this level. So that's what I have to say.
Very good.
Tish, talk to Mom.
Well, you know what, LaVon, I would say this, like my mom stated earlier, we're friends. And it's just something about a mother's love. I mean, I'm grown. And if I get sick, Mama, and she on her way down to the house. And so it's just, it's just something about a mother's love. And I don't play about my mama. Period, point blank. You can talk about me all day long, but don't mess with my mama. Because she's a very humble person. She stays in her lane, she don't bother nobody. So if you have something to say, just say it under your breath. I don't need to hear it, because that's my mama. And that's just that. So what about you, sir?
Just today, a typical example of today, my mom has been 4 different places. She's worked a full day. After she got off work, she went to see my little brother, who's in the hospital, and her next trip was to her grandchild's awards day program. And so now she's here, and so she's been gone for, since 7:30 this morning, and she's still running on fumes. But this is the kind of mother that we have, and she is unrelentless in what she does for her children. We love her to death. We love her. We're going to keep her running so we can keep her young. But we absolutely appreciate you, Mom, for all of the things that you have done for us. And on behalf of the 4 children and 9 grandchildren, we love you. So thank you.
So stay tuned. We will be right back, and Dr. Singleton will be sharing the tip of the day for our Mother's Day edition. We'll be right back.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an
to
effort.
get to know each other,
On a deeper level.
Father,
cosplayer,
Mentor.
actor.
It's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward.
Come together.
and discover
How accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Welcome back to Talking Tea Time with Dr. G and the Doctors, and we have been celebrating our moms. So we would like to close this episode. We just have a small token that we would like to give you all. You have some other things coming, so don't look like, I know they just didn't get it. Don't be looking like that. We have some more things coming. We do. So Dr. Singleton, can you please give us our token?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it is an honor to still have our moms.
Yes.
That's true.
You all look incredible. You don't look a day over 50.
That's right.
And
40.
Well, to Carol, 39.
No, she's not. She can't count.
Oh, wow. But simply, it is amazing to still have our moms and to celebrate our moms. Our moms are healthy, they're in their right minds, and we don't take those things for granted. And so if I could leave the audience with anything, it's celebrate your mom, love on your mom, you know, because when mom is no longer here, my goodness, you know, I know how I felt when I lost my grandmother. In fact, I lost two grandmothers back to back. And so, you know, love mom and as they say, give me my flowers while I'm living, you know. And so on behalf of Dr. G and Dr. Carol and myself, to our moms, we love you all, we appreciate you all, and may God give you all 50 more years to be around in good health, and we love you all. Let's kiss our moms, you all.
All righty. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Talking Tea Time with Dr. G and the Doctors. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.